What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Fanatics Eye. I haven't made a video in like 2 solid months, but there's a good reason for that. I just recently moved down to the amazing city of St. George, Utah. Check it out. It's nice and sunny. There's no snow. It's like 65 degrees up here. It's amazing. Now, if you don't know, I was living in Idaho, and that was not fun because there was snow everywhere. And where I lived, there was tons of dirt, so mud everywhere. And just this last week, it snowed like 9 inches. Ridiculous. So I'm glad I'm not up there. But I did not make this video just to brag to my family about how awesome it is down here. We are going to talk football. Now, what we're talking about is whether Russell Wilson or Justin Fields would make a bigger impact for the Steelers, who makes them a bigger threat, or should they stay with Kenny Pickett? Kenny Pickett seems to be the unpopular choice here, and for me, that's probably not the move as well. He just seems like he just doesn't seem confident, and it doesn't seem like he's going to get his confidence. So I would have to say we have to move on from Kenny Pickett. But I'll tell you why, and give you some nice statistics. Everybody loves statistic comparisons, and so many people have been talking about this, so I figured, the Steelers are my team. This is the perfect time to come back and talk to you guys about some more football. So let's get into it. All right, first thing I want to highlight, 3 of the most important things, not just when you're looking to get a new quarterback, but any position on the field. Those 2 things are size, age, and toughness. And to be honest, that's probably more important in football than any other sport, just because it takes such a toll on your body. You just can't do it forever. And it's showing with Russell Wilson. He is a clear shell of himself, playing mediocre football at best. And it's because of how old he is, and because he's one of the most sacked quarterbacks of all time. So let's talk age first. Justin Fields is only 25 years old, and he's heading into his 4th season. Russ, on the other hand, is a full decade older than Justin Fields. That's a lot of years. 10 years is a lot, especially when you're talking football. Lots of quarterbacks don't even last 10 years, and he's that much older than Justin Fields. So, I don't want to go get a free agent that is Russ's age unless they're an Aaron Rodgers caliber player. Or, to be honest, Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins is a guy that, even at his age, I would sign him to a big long-term contract, even if I'm only going to get a few more years out of him. Let's talk size now. And age and size go pretty much hand in hand, just because the bigger you are, the longer you are more likely to last. Prime example of this is Derrick Henry. Okay, running backs don't usually last that long, and he has lasted and will lasted longer than any other running back in the league currently. So, size. Justin Fields, 6'3", 227 pounds, almost a perfect build for a quarterback. And not only is he big, he's agile, he's quick, and he's a top-tier running quarterback in the league, and he's big. So I like that in a quarterback. Russ, on the other hand, used to be a really great running quarterback, one of the best, if not the best of his time. But he's old now, and he just doesn't run as much as he used to. He doesn't scramble like he used to, and that was like his superpower. And he's smaller than Justin Fields. He's 5'11", 216. So he's not where he used to be, and he's just not the same Russ. So let's talk toughness. I would lean more towards Justin Fields when it goes to toughness. They both played in some frigid conditions when we're talking home stadiums, Denver and Seattle for Russ, but that doesn't even compare to Chicago for me. It's always windy there, always frigid for pretty much the entire season, it feels like. When you think about it, Justin Fields takes all 3 of these categories: age, size, and toughness. He's younger, he's bigger, and I would lean more towards Justin Fields when we're talking toughness. Now, maybe if Russ was in his prime, I'd take Russ, but he's not. He's old and fragile, and Justin Fields is not. He's a young, tough kid who can take some beatings, and he has taken some beatings. And we've seen him play through some injuries, and Russ just can't do that anymore. So Justin Fields takes all these 3 categories, and I don't think it's even close. So now that we've got that out of the way, we're going to talk more, some more tangible statistics, eye test, all sorts of stuff. But first, your boy needs to go get a haircut, because as luscious and beautiful as it is with a hat on, it looks pretty horrific when I take the hat off. So we'll be back in just a second with a fresh cut to talk more about Russ versus Justin Fields. Okay, so the place I was gonna go get my haircut was not open. So that's unfortunate. Your boy's just gonna have to wait to get a haircut. I'm wearing a hat right now, so you know, it's looking nice right now. But anyways, let's talk potential chemistry between Fields and the Steelers versus Russ and the Steelers. So Fields is 25 years old. Like we talked about, he's a young guy. The average age of the offensive players on the Pittsburgh Steelers is 26. That's perfect. He's only a year younger than him. And when you have, especially on offense, it doesn't matter as much on defense, but on offense, when you've got, everyone has to work seamlessly to make things happen. And younger guys are going to work better with other younger guys. This is how it is. And Russ, like, he's an old guy, 35 years old. He's just not going to be as compatible with this young Steelers offense than Justin Fields would. So, to be honest, I think it would be a better fit age-wise and chemistry-wise. Just look at, the last 2 years in Denver for Russ. He's not done particularly well with his young offense. His receivers are pretty young. His tight end, Jerry Jeudy, Cortland Sutton, they're pretty young guys. And they just didn't take to him at all. They didn't really care about him. It seemed like every time you watch a Denver Broncos game last season and the year before, they just weren't. He didn't seem like a leader that they wanted, and so they didn't fight to win for their quarterback. So, yeah, I just don't think Russ would be a great fit for a super young offense like the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, as a backup, be perfect. Now, I think Russ. To be honest, I think Russ is done as a starting quarterback. He's too old, and he's shown time and time again that he's just not great. He's just mediocre. And with the guy with as much experience as he has, the perfect spot for him would be on a roster with a super talented young quarterback. That would be the perfect position for Russ. So, age-wise, or chemistry-wise, potential chemistry-wise, Justin Fields takes the cake once again. Let's hop back in the car and talk clutchness. Okay, so we've talked, age, toughness, potential chemistry, stuff like that. But now let's talk like real tangible statistics that we can compare these two quarterbacks with. When you're using the clutch gene as a statistic, you need to find out how this player performs when they're trailing late in the game. And to be honest, Justin Fields just falls so short in this category. I mean, last season, he had a touchdown-to-interception ratio of 0-3 when trailing by 7 in the fourth quarter, and a plethora of fourth-quarter fumbles. And if we're talking just in the fourth quarter alone, I mean, he's got something like a 5-18 touchdown-to-interception ratio and a 35 quarterback rating. It's just not good. Russ, on the other hand, he is, I'm not going to say amazing, but he's done pretty well in the fourth quarter when they're trailing by 7. A touchdown-to-interception ratio of 6-2, a rating of 95.8, and, I mean, that's pretty good. It's not amazing, and clearly they didn't win most of those games because they had a losing record, 7-8, but it's better than Justin Fields. And when we're talking the Pittsburgh Steelers, this is a team that last year they were losing a majority of the season. So, I mean, that is a pretty big factor when the Steelers are looking to go get a new quarterback. Now, that could just be Kenny Pickett. He could be the reason that they were trailing for so much. And to be honest, I think that is the case. So if they do go get a guy like Justin Fields, I don't think that would happen. I don't think they would trail for so long. But if you got a guy like Justin Fields, I think, it's a different story. All right, well, I was thirsty, so I decided to run over to McDonald's and grab the best smoothie in the world, mango pineapple smoothie. By far, easily the best smoothie you can find. Anyways, back to Russ versus Justin Fields. The last thing I want to compare these two guys with is just their overall performance over the last 2 seasons. Now, Russell Wilson's may look better right now. Justin Fields' average yards per year about 2,200, where Russell Wilson's is about 3,200. Rushing yards, Fields has Russ beat on that. It's like 740 to 300. Touchdown interception ratio, Justin Fields 40 to 20 compared to Russell Wilson's 42 to 19. So similar, but Russell Wilson passing, at least in quarterback statistics, he is beating Justin Fields. The difference here is Justin Fields is increasingly getting better every season, where Russell Wilson is not. In fact, he's doing the opposite. Every season he is getting worse, and he's only getting older. Okay, he's not getting any younger. And like we said earlier in the potential chemistry segment, I mean, he just doesn't seem to play well with kids they're like kids to him. He's 10 years older than them. And where Justin Fields would have amazing chemistry, he's just younger, and he's getting better every single season. So where their current stats and their overall performance over the last 2 years, Russell Wilson has played better. So let me ask you this. Would you rather Russell Wilson, the quarterback who currently is better? I mean, it's not like you're getting an Aaron Rodgers, somebody who, you're going all in to get win the Super Bowl. I mean, he's not that guy anymore. But it is better than Justin Fields. Or do you want the guy who isn't playing quite as good, but is getting better every single season, and potentially could be, I think he could be the face of the NFL someday. I mean, he's that good. He has that much potential. His ceiling is extremely high. And I just think people overlook how long it takes to become a great quarterback in the NFL. I mean, you have quarterbacks like Patrick Mahomes, Ben Roethlisberger, Tom Brady. These are the exceptions. Not every quarterback is going to progress as fast as they did. And so when people expect a guy like Justin Fields to just, boom, after 1 year you should be the guy, it just doesn't work like that. Jordan Love is the prime example of how you should treat a young, up-and-coming quarterback. Sit them behind a veteran, extremely experienced, good quarterback for just a couple years and let them learn. You're not throwing them to the wolves, because sometimes that can be just catastrophic. We saw players like Sam Darnold, Josh Rosen, who knows if they would have been good, but they were kind of just thrown to the wolves. They just came in on a bad team, and they didn't do good, and their careers suffered because of it. Justin Fields, I don't think will end up like a Sam Darnold or Josh Rosen. I think he's going to be one of the better quarterbacks in the league, no question about it. But when we do look at overall performance, Russell Wilson has played better statistically, but he's getting worse. And so the guy I want on my team is not Russell Wilson. The guy I want is Justin Fields. If you want Kenny Pickett as your quarterback in the long run, then go get Russell Wilson. If you don't, you think he's over, like I think you do. I don't think his career is over, but I think he's done in Pittsburgh. Then you go get Justin Fields. And I think it's a huge mistake for Chicago to move on from him, but it seems like they are going to get Caleb Williams. So if I'm the Steelers, I am working hard to get Justin Fields. That's my take on it. Thanks for watching this one. If you enjoyed, make sure to hit the like button, make sure to subscribe, and we will catch you on the next video. Peace out.